Fourth hole at Augusta, par 3, 205. We're not playing under strong wind conditions, so nothing there. Oh, if playing under calm or light wind, play this hole under strong wind conditions and make a directional roll as per the instructions on hole number 1. Okay, hang on, folks. All right, so I got the hole number 1 chart. We're going to make a dice roll to see the direction of the wind for this par 3 that we're playing. So I'll roll 1 die, a 6, and that means we have a northwest wind. So now, knowing that the direction of the wind on this par 3, northwest wind means we have a headwind left. So now we'll go. This brings in the wind chart, and what you'll see here is you'll have results that affect the shot for every direction possible in this game. Tailwind left, and so forth and so on, crosswinds. Okay, so what I just said is on this hole we have a headwind left. So looking at this chart, you can see that depending on the club you use, it's going to take away distance on the flight of the ball, as well as make some adjustments or add some adjustments to the left and right of the flight. So you'll make these become additions to the result of the regular shot. And so let's go through that so you can see what I'm doing here. Let's put that aside for now. Let's go figure out what club. Well, first of all, headwind left. If I'm using, the 4-iron and above or longer, it's a -20 to the distance, and a 5-iron and lower is -15. So it's going to affect the length of the shot by 15 to 20 yards, depending on the club we use. Now, if we look at this hole, probably I want to aim over here in this area just to give me a better shot. So I probably will end up aiming, let's say, 5 yards left. And this, this would be a good distance, maybe somewhere in here. So that first pin is at 205. So let's see what we got. 205, what kind of club that would start with. Okay, so we're talking, either a 5-iron or a 4-iron. Remember, no, if we go to a 4-iron, we got 20 yards minus 20 yards to the shot. This 4 would be 210, so we'd be going 190, which will get us to the front part on a fly, to the front of the screen in the lower left. See the 175 and add 3 grid lines, you'll see that that would end up on the green. So let's look at a 3-iron, which would normally, on him, would go 220. Subtract 20. Now we're in the 200 range, and that's more to my liking. So knowing that I have the, what is it, 3-iron? Let's go to this headwind left. The 3-iron is going to shorten it by 20. His average would be 220, so it'd be a 200 yards. And then we just have to worry about here that what we know is that the biggest chance is that we are going to add an additional left to the flight direction of this shot. So we can take that into account. The worst thing would be here is getting this 5 column. Let's hope for anything but that. And I'm going to plan for 5 initially and see what that might look like. Again, 200, a shot of 200 would get us, get my pencil, would get us right here. And that is a roll of 20. So the landing on the green would deduct 5 yards. So we'd end up, and I'm going to count that. I'm looking at that. To me, I'm going to count that on the green. If I wasn't filming this, I'd probably get out my magnifying glass and kind of make a better decision, but I'm going to say that that's on the green just for this demo. Those are the kind of things that You just have to make a call and go with it. As long as you're consistent, that's all that's really important. So, wow. If you can see over here on a 3-iron, he's got some lefts and rights and lefts and rights and so forth. The 10 being the biggest. Wow. We know we're going to add probably left 5 to any of these. So, you know what we're going to do? This is kind of cool. This will give us some power to play with. I am going to, therefore, aim right down the center of, for this shot. And one reason I'm doing that is when we get a result in a column that says left or right 5, where there's a split result, if you aim straight down your center line, no matter where you're at, you get to decide which one of these you can take. So I think that might be able to work in our advantage on this hole, and mitigate or minimize the effect of maybe column 5. So let's do that. It does get me close to this trap, but hey, with the wind swirling, what can we do? We're going to chance it. We're going to do a 3-iron and aim straight down the center line. Okay, the roll is 45 with a roll of 65 with a 4. 65, we went with a 3-iron, so we still use the W column. And this is a 27. Wow. Okay, 27 and a green 4. So 3-iron, 27 is 200, and a green 4 is L15. 200 L15. Now, let's get our headwind left chart here and look for a 3-iron. It's going to deduct 20 yards, so that 200 shot becomes 180, and the 4 column adds another left 5. So the flight is 180, L5, and L15, L20. 180, L20, up. So $180, 10, 20. So we hit in the rough. We land in the rough. Let's go back and look at that roll of 10, 20. Since we landed in the rough, we cut it in half to 10. And of course, it's going to take us right into that trap. 5, 10 yards into the trap. Okay, Ernie, that's a tough shot with the wind conditions. So, what do we got here? If we go for the pin, we're 10, 25 by 15. 15 by 25 gets me a 29-yard chip. And let's look and see what kind of results we get for 29 yards from the sand. 29 from the sand, the third row down. Oh boy, not bad. Look at this. Pin high 0, 0, 0. I kind of like my chances here because even if it goes to the right 5, I'm still on the green. I'm going for it. I'm going to chip from the sand here for Ernie. Let's see what he does. Oh, this is going to be good. 55 is a 2D. 2D. From the sand, add 12 numbers. Okay, so this 2 becomes a 14. Yeah. Okay. Ernie's 14 is right here. Sand. Okay, we're -5, I5 was the result. Not the worst thing in the world. -5 and I5. Okay, important thing here, folks, for me and how I play this. It says -5, and a lot of people might think that that means -5 of the pin this way. But the way I play this is I am more at the left side of this green than I am facing it. So my direction shooting is this way. So when it says -5 is going to be this, minus is going to be this direction plus this way. And the way I determine whether I'm facing, front to the green, left or right or behind it is I go and I draw an imaginary X through my location I'm shooting. And so it's basically a 45-degree line. And so this quadrant, this way and that way at 45 degrees, means anything in here I'm shooting from the left side of the green. 45 here and 45 here means I'm in front of the green. Likewise here and 45 up, I'm to the right side. And then, of course, the fourth quadrant would be shooting from behind the green in this direction. So because of that, and because the result I got was a -5, my -5 is 5 yards short in this direction, and then inside 5. Now this gets good because, again, because this pin's over here, inside means that way. So I'm going to say that he landed right here. The in and outs can be kind of funny sometimes, so you just got to kind of make your own rules and stick with them. So -5 plus I5 means I5 in this direction is toward the center line. So still not a bad shot from the sand. Ernie ends up right there. I covered the hole for you. That's no good. Okay, not bad. 2 grid lines. That's 30, 15, 10, 30 feet. Or at 0 by 10 is a 30 feet minus 2 dice. Let's roll our 2 dice. We get a 2. That's good. So 30 minus 7 is 23 footer. We use putting chart 4 for the first putt. Okay, so 23 footer on chart 4. Let's go to putting chart 4. 23 footer. I can have the ability in this case to go for it or lag it. I'm going to go for it. I got a chance here if he rolls a good number. Even bad numbers down here, way down in the chart, isn't that bad unless I roll really bad. Ernie's a pretty good putter. So let's roll it. I can roll up to maybe a 3 to hold this out for a birdie, right? No, this would be for a par. Ooh, because he missed the green. Okay. Oh, 44. Who knows? 44 is a 2. Holy moly, I think we're good to go. 23 footer. 1, 2, in. Ernie salvages a par here at the fourth hole at Augusta. So he remains even par after 4 holes. Way to go, Ernie.